Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing this video because if you've watched any of my previous videos, then you know that I have been on the hunt for a new Louis Vuitton, I almost said Michael Kors, for a new Louis Vuitton monogram bag. I was considering getting the Artsy. There was actually a few that I was tossing around the idea or the possibility of getting. However, monogram bags have been really difficult to get your hands on lately, so my selections were kind of limited, but I did finally decide on which one I wanted to get. I've had this bag for a couple of weeks. I did not just get it, and I have already used it, so this is not a true unboxing. I just put it back in the box because that's where I'm keeping it until the weather here kind of clears up a little bit. We've been having some major shitty weather. I got to use my bag for maybe 3 days, and then it came a hailstorm and has been raining and pouring practically every day since. We've only had like a day or two without rain here and there, and I'm not the kind who likes to change into a bag and then have to switch out the very next day. If I switch into a bag, I want to be able to use it consecutively for at least, 2 or 3 weeks. So I went ahead and just put it away, but I decided I wanted to go ahead and do this video for you guys to let you know what I decided to get, because I did have one of my subscribers ask me, and so I don't want to keep her hanging. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to try to keep this video short, or as short as possible. I'm going to go ahead and just get right into it. So this one did come in a bigger box than normal. So yeah, so this is a bigger box. It's a much bigger box, and I'm so glad that she only put ribbon on like the side, because it makes it so much easier for me to put the ribbon back on if I want to keep the ribbon on the box, just so it will look pretty. So it still has the magnetic flap closure right here, and so it's not another Neverfull, because those come in really small boxes, and it's not as speedy. So oh gosh. So that's the bag inside of its box. And I'm just gonna set this back here. So this is the desk bag. So can you guys guess what I got? Can you guess what I decided to go with? Okay, here it goes. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I decided to go with the Berry MM. Oh my gosh, oh my God. I'm so freaking in love with this bag. Okay, let me just say this. If I had been able to get my hands on this bag the first time around, when I was looking for my very first Louis Vuitton, I probably would not have purchased another Louis Vuitton yet. I probably would have only purchased this bag alone, and that's it. Because to me, this bag is just so beautiful and timeless, and I'm so in love with it. So again, this is the Berry MM. And another reason I wanted to do a video on this bag is because there are literally like 3 videos on all of YouTube about this bag. If you go on YouTube and you Google or you do a search of the Berry MM, a few videos will pop up, and only a couple of them are actually really good videos where you can actually get a good glimpse of the bag. And then the rest of them are kind of, I don't want to say poor quality, because I would never judge somebody's video like that. I mean, because definitely my videos aren't high quality, but what I'm trying to say is they just don't go very in depth on the bag, and you don't get a great look at it. So but most of the time when you do a search for this bag on YouTube, most of what pops up are reviews of the Sully. So I just want to give you a little background on this bag, first of all. So, or maybe I should go over the external features first. Okay, I'll do that. Okay, so you have this beautiful, thick, rich vachetta leather handle on top. and it does say Louis Vuitton Paris, blind imprinted on the top. And then it has the beautiful glazing on both sides. You have gorgeous, gorgeous hardware here. So it has this little gold like cylinder that the metal is wrapped, that the leather is wrapped around right here. And it's so the leather strap is fixed and the leather strap doesn't like rotate around on the ring. The actual ring itself is what moves, but the strap doesn't move on the ring. And that's to prevent the dark marks from getting on the leather. In the past, the leather would get black marks on it from moving around the metal and rubbing up against it, and this is the way that they remedied that. Now, it doesn't say Louis Vuitton there, and it does not say Louis Vuitton on this gold ring, but it does say Louis Vuitton on this piece right here on the, what is this called? This grommet. This is a grommet. It says it, and it's on both sides of the bag. Oh, it's a big bag too. It's really big. And it's on both sides. It has double zippers on the top. It's another thing I really loved about it. So it has double zippers on the top, kind of like the Speedy Bandolier has. So it has this double zips. I love the zipper pulls. Look at them. They're engraved with Louis Vuitton as well. I don't know if that's actually picking up the engraving or not, but it does say Louis Vuitton on there. They have my fingerprints on them. And then it comes with a lock as well. The lock it locks in the center right here. I took the lock off because I just didn't want the lock scrubbing up against this zipper all the time. So I took the lock off and I put the lock here on the side. So it does come with a lock. And then it also comes with the clochette, the little key cloche. And it has the Louis Vuitton engraving on it as well. Blind imprinted, I mean. Let me see if I can get it to show up. There we go. My lights kind of wash everything out, guys. I'm so sorry. There. It's blind imprinted. And then the little keys are on the inside. So when I first got the bag and I got it home, initially I was thinking, oh my gosh, she didn't give me my keys, because I wasn't really thinking about it, and I was thinking, okay, she, where's my bag that has my little keys in it? And so I was looking for the little dust bag that comes with Louis Vuitton bags that have keys and a lock, and it wasn't inside my box, and I was like, oh no, she forgot to give me the keys to my lock. But I was having obviously a dense moment because I don't get a bag because the keys are housed inside the clochette. So yeah, anyway, and then as you can see, it has these big, huge, beautiful vachetta corners, vachetta pads on the corners. So this is what they look like. I wonder if I can adjust this light a little bit and you can see it a little better. They're just gorgeous. And then it says Louis Vuitton Paris right there, blind imprinted on it. And then the vachetta pads do carry around to the bottom, and the bottom is so beautiful. Like, look how pretty the bottom of this bag is, guys. It's just gorgeous. Like, the craftsmanship is so nice. Look at that. The corners are just beautiful. Now, it does only say the Louis Vuitton on one side. It doesn't say it on this side. It only says it on this side. But that's okay. Now, one of the things also that I loved so much about this bag, and to me it was just kind of like a little added bonus. If you know me, you know that I don't really care where my bags are made. I could care less, if they're made in the USA and Spain and France, wherever, it doesn't matter to me. But this particular bag did happen to be made in France. And I thought it was made in the USA because on this side over here, it doesn't say made in. But it doesn't say made in on these bags. It tells you where it's made on the inside of the bag. So, on the interior of the bag, now one little thing, I have a pillow inside here to help keep it shape. So, one little thing I did want to share with you about this bag is that the Berry MM, well, there's also a PM size. So it comes in two sizes. It comes in a PM and an MM. This bag replaced the Sully. So the Sully had some issues with cracking on the corners. The Sully looked almost identical to this bag, except this bag is a little larger. I think it's wider and it's taller than what the Sully MM was. And they added the vachetta pads on the corners because I think they were having cracking issues with the Sully on the corners here. So they replaced them with the vachetta pads. So the interior of this bag, I hope I'm going to be able to show it to you because it's very dark. So the interior is like a raisin color. And if you can see here, it says here, made in France. So this was really like a unicorn bag. Like this was my unicorn. So this is the interior of the bag. You can get a good glimpse of the interior color right here. It is enormous. This bag is huge. You can hold more in this bag than you can in the Neverfull MM. So on this side you have two slip pockets. I don't know if you will be able to see them. You can kind of see them. So you have one here and then one here. So slip pocket here, slip pocket here. And then on the other side, you have one large slip pocket. See it right there. And it is large, it's very long. So, and it goes, it's about 4.5 inches deep, this slip pocket. And I believe when I measured it, it's 10 inches wide, the slip pocket is. Now, I absolutely love this bag. So, one of the things that I wanted to address is when I was watching videos, well, when I was looking for videos on this, I ended up watching a ton of videos on the Sully because the Sully is so similar to this bag. And one of the things that they had mentioned about the Sully was wrinkling on the handle. So this one does not have any wrinkling on the top of the handle when you straighten it out. However, it is going to get wrinkles on the underneath. And like I said, I used this bag for like maybe 3-4 days tops. And it does have wrinkles on the underneath. See the wrinkles that it gets? See them right here? That does not compromise the bag whatsoever. And I'm telling you, you don't even see those wrinkles. You never see them because this is not a strap that will flip over. It stays in this position all the time. It always stays like this. It's not going to accidentally flip and then the underside be visible. That's not going to happen. But I mean, it's natural leather. So leather is going to wrinkle when it's bent. That's inevitable. It's the nature of leather. So for people who listed that as a con of one of their bags in the past, I don't see that as a con because that's just going to happen. It's leather. So, I mean, unless you're dealing with plastic, you know, then that's going to happen. So anyway, so this bag is absolutely enormous on the inside. It is kind of like a big black hole. Like I can put my whole arm in there all the way up to here. So all the way up to here, my arm goes in. And it's enormous. I just, the 4 days that I got to use it, I absolutely loved it. So one of the things I wanted to state is that this bag, again, is called the Berry. And it's 18 inches across at the bottom. And I think it's 16 inches high. Let me grab my ruler. Hold on. Let me get my little trusty ruler out of here. Okay, we're gonna figure this out together. Okay, so here's my ruler. From top, where are the inches? There they are. yes, I'm lying. It is okay, it's about 14 inches tall. So it's about 14 inches tall this way. And then width, it is, let's see, 12, yes, 18 inches across. So, and then in depth, it's pretty wide. It's 5 inches deep. So, but here's the thing, when you have stuff inside of it, you can, I mean, it kind of widens at the bottom. So it's a gorgeous bag. It has a beautiful, beautiful slouch to it when you put it on. The shoulder drop, one of the things I really liked about it is that the strap does not have to be broken in like the Artsy. I tried the Artsy on, and the Artsy was just enormous on me. So when you have it on and it slouches, there's about an 8-inch strap drop. So actually more than that. It's about a 10-inch strap drop when the top slouches in. But this is what it looks like on the shoulder when you have it on. Let me see if I can get it to, okay, there. This is what the bag looks like on. I absolutely, oh my gosh, I'm so in love with this bag, you guys. This is the front. Sorry, my sweater's all wrinkled. And of course, it's empty right now, so you can't really get a good feel for like what it looks like when it has stuff in it. But this is a very square shaped bag. Like it's almost, I mean, it's 14 inches tall and it's 18 inches wide. So it's kind of rectangular, but I mean, it's very straight bag. It doesn't taper whatsoever. And that part about it, I love, because when a bag tapers, it really takes away from a lot of the room that the bag gives you to put your stuff. So yeah, anyway, so they named this bag the Berry, and Berry in the language Basque means new. So, and Basque is a language that they speak in the southwestern portion of France. It's kind of an old language. Not a whole lot of people speak it. Just a little over 600,000 people speak Basque. But in Basque, Berry means new. So this is the new version of the Sully. And I absolutely love the improvements that they have made. I just think it's gorgeous. I love it. Another thing is, I know that I'm going to have to be really careful with these vachetta corners. I'm going to freak out about it, but where I work, there was a lady that came in and she had the PM size, and she'd obviously already had hers for a while. I think she got hers when they first came out, and I want to say this bag came out in 2016. So she had had hers for a couple of years, and it had that really pretty honeyed patina. And you could tell that she wasn't really careful with her bag. Like, she was one of those who just, she used it and didn't baby it. And it just looked so pretty. Like, so I'm not really going to stress out too much about, you know, whether it starts getting, you know, darker, or if it, you know, gets something on it. Obviously, I'm not going to let it get stained, you know, intentionally. But you know, if it gets something on it, I'm not going to stress out too much, because after seeing her bag and how beautiful it looked after it developed such a rich patina, I wasn't, you know, I wasn't displeased at all. Like, I'm actually excited for this to start patinaing and getting some of that character to it. But yeah, so it's a gorgeous bag. I'm just going to set it back here so you can kind of see it while I'll put the pillow back in it so it'll stand up, because it's not going to stand up on its own. It's kind of a floppy bag. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention before I put it down. This canvas is so soft. Like, it's so smushy. It's very soft. And it's nice and thick. The canvas is nice and thick. So, I don't know, I mentioned in one of my previous videos, like just a couple of videos ago, that Louis Vuitton has revamped their canvas. So their canvas is now crack proof or crack resistant. It's not supposed to crack anymore. So, yeah, I guess, you know, I have to wait to see if that's actually true or not, because I haven't owned any of my Louis Vuittons long enough to actually tell if they're crack resistant or not. But I can definitely feel the difference between, you know, the bags that we have now and the bags that they had before. Okay, what the hell have I done here? Like, I've gotten something screwed up here in the process. Don't ask me what I did, because I don't know. Okay, there. All right, so this is the bag with the pillow in it, which is what it looks like similarly to when you would have, you know, your stuff in it. It just kind of, you know, like gets like that really pretty slouch to it, like that. It's such a gorgeous bag. I am literally obsessed with this bag, and I'm telling you right now, it needs to quit raining so I can start using it. Yeah. This is our rainy time of year here in Texas. Our season's changing, and during the season change, we get lots of rain because that's when our temperature starts to lower. And so, as you can tell, I have like the sweater out, I have like the fall lipstick, all this other stuff, because I'm just ready for summer to be over. Anyway, so little background on how I ended up getting this bag. So I had initially purchased a Speedy Bandolier in the 30 size, and I purchased it from Neiman Marcus in the Houston Galleria Mall at their Louis Vuitton store, and I did it over the phone. So, and the reason I did it over the phone was because they are like not available. Like I said, the monogram canvas is very, very, very hard to get a hold of right now. They're not sending out a whole lot of it to the stores for whatever reason. I'm not sure, but they're just not sending a lot of it out. So I went ahead and purchased it over the phone, knowing that when I get there to pick it up, I could return it if I wanted. So I purchased it over the phone. Well, when I got to the Neiman Marcus store and I looked at it, you know, I was thinking on my way there, because I had a good 2 hours to get there. I was thinking, okay, why is it that they have one bag there, all of a sudden, just one, and Monogram has been so elusive, they haven't received a shipment, why do they have one bag? And my thought process was, well, because somebody ordered it and they didn't like it for whatever reason and they returned it. So that is why they have one bag. So when I got there, I really looked it over, and sure enough, it had some marks on it. It did look to me like it was a return. So I told them, I said, no, I'm not happy with it. I want to return this and just get something else. So I returned it. Well, they didn't have an artsy, because I thought 100% I was getting the artsy. Now, mind you, I had never really tried an artsy on. I've seen it on others, and I love it, but I'd never actually put one on. So she didn't have an artsy, and so they sent me to the regular full-size Louis Vuitton store in the mall. So I went to the Louis Vuitton in the mall and looked around there for, you know, and they didn't have anything either. So I was really disappointed, because I thought, I guess I'm gonna, you know, I made this trip for nothing other than to just return my bag and get my money back, and I'm coming home empty-handed. So I got back to the other Louis Vuitton store. They didn't have anything. So they said, well, why don't you check the Neiman Marcus store? And they said, you know, and I asked them, I just happened to ask them, I said, you know, well, what about the Berry MM? I said, you know, I've been wanting to see the Berry MM, and I'm not gonna lie to you, on the website, the Berry MM doesn't really look like it's that cute of a bag. It's one of those bags that you really have to see in person. So anyway, so I asked them if they had one. They said no. So I was like, okay, well, thank you for your time. So when I was leaving, I parked outside of Neiman Marcus. I had to go back through there. So I thought, you know, I'm just going to stop and ask them. They're probably not going to have it, but I'll ask. So I stopped at the Neiman Marcus, and lo and behold, they had one, and it was this one, and it happened to be made in France. And so when I saw it and she pulled it out of its bag, I absolutely fell in love with it right off the bat. Just loved the bag so much. It was so pretty. So then I saw it was made in France, and I was like, oh my gosh, okay, yeah, definitely, I want this bag. That kind of sealed the deal for me and made my mind up for me, because I know it's difficult to find bags made in France. I don't care if it's made in France, but I just thought it was nice because the brand is a French brand, so I just thought it would be nice. So anyway, so I went ahead and purchased it, and I'm like tickled to death. I'm so happy. So oh, while I was at the other Louis Vuitton store, I did try the Artsy on, and it was just huge on me. Like it was enormous. It swallowed me up. And you can actually fit more in this bag than you can in the Artsy, because the Artsy is made where the interior, the lining is sewn, and it's not part of the canvas. Like, it's not one piece. And so the lining is actually smaller on the inside than the exterior of the bag is. So when you look inside the bag, you can tell that you have much more limited amount of space than what the outside of the bag perceives to have. So anyway, so I did decide to go with this one. I hope you guys liked this video. I'm so excited. I can't wait to start using her. I didn't buy a wallet because she was kind of on the pricey side, and I think it's because she had so much vachetta on her. You know, she has the big handle, she has the clochette, she has, you know, the pads on the bottom. She has a lot of vachetta. So and I can go ahead and tell you the price, I guess. This bag was, I don't really like talking about the prices because I kind of feel like it's nobody's business what I pay for stuff, but at the same time, if you're interested in the bag, this, and so you'll know if there's ever a price increase, how much it costs now versus what you'll be paying for it in the future. This particular bag was $16.90. So I don't know if that's showing up clearly or not. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of blurry for whatever reason. This thing doesn't want to focus for me. But it was $16.90 before tax, and so, and then there was like $140 in tax. So you do the math. It was pretty pricey. So I'm pretty happy with my very, very, very small Louis Vuitton collection now. I have a Damier Ebene, Never Full, and I don't know where it's at. Anyway, it's somewhere around here. And then now I have my monogram, I have a wallet, I have some small SLGs. So I'm pretty pleased with what I have. I'm not really on the hunt for anything else, you know, anytime soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really just wanted to reveal it to you. When I finally get to start using it, and I mean really use it, then I will come back and I'll do maybe a what's in my bag, or, you know, a review of it and how it's holding up, or, you know, whatnot. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to comment down below if you have any questions. Please feel free to ask. I try to, you know, answer everybody's questions, everyone's comments. I don't, you know, I don't leave anybody's questions or comments unanswered. And please subscribe. I would love it if you would join my YouTube family. I am trying to grow it. And please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified whenever I post a new video. Hope you all have a great day, and take care. Bye.